Crazy. Bakari Sellers made history in 2006 when at just 22 years old, he defeated a 26-year-old incumbent, youngest member of the South Carolina state legislature, and the youngest African-American elected official in the nation. He's a CNN political analyst. It's really our pleasure to have him. Good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
Morning, sir.
Yeah.
Bakari, one of the things is when we started reading all the accomplishments, we said, wow, at his age, so many things. Life could have taken any path.
Correct.
Why politics?
So, I mean, first and foremost, I have to say that I was truly blessed to have a mother and father who always had a high level of expectation for their kids. My sister is a doctor at the Veterans Hospital. My brother is in the ministry, and he's an executive now. And for me, my parents always said, be a change agent. And so I wanted to figure out how best I could effectuate change in the community in which I lived. And I worked for United States Congressman Jim Clyburn and Shirley Franklin when I was in college, or university as it's called here, and was able to get that bug. And like I tell people, once you get that political bug, it's really hard to shake. And they taught me it wasn't about politics, but public service. And ever since then, I felt like every morning I could wake up and change the world. And I've chosen politics as that vessel to attempt to do that.
Is that a key, to see it as a service?
You have to. I mean, individuals who see it as a science, or it is a science, but see it as a science first or a game, see it as some way for upward mobility to lift themselves up, and don't see it as being a part of something larger than themselves, then they don't have the purest intentions. And so politics has to be a service. It's a service industry, to say the least. And those who don't look at it as such are usually those who get into the most trouble, because power corrupts quickly.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a pure soul, then it will corrupt you too.
Your father was big in the civil rights movement. How much did that play into your decision?
Well, my father, my father was not only arrested, but my father was shot in 1968 in what's known as the Orangeburg Massacre, when 3 kids were killed on the campus of South Carolina State. 28 others were wounded by South Carolina State troopers. He was imprisoned. When he was arrested, his bond was denied. He was housed on death row. But, not only the sacrifices that my father made, but you think about a young boy named Emmett Till. You think about Medgar Evers. You think about Jimmy Lee Jackson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, even before you get to Martin, Malcolm, and Rosa. And you understand that you stand on the shoulders of so many others. And for me, I can't let them down, and the journey still continues. My father's generation was built on the legacy of Emmett Till, and my generation has been built on the legacy of so many unarmed black men who've died at the hands of law enforcement. So it continues.
When you walked in the studio, I teased you and I said you're going to be the next Barack Obama. But the fact of the rise of Barack Obama must have given you, I don't know if hope is the word, but must have shown you that, yeah, we could do this.
Well, in fact, we're starting to see a lot of young people of color run for higher office, and they're affectionately called the Obama generation. He inspired so many people to be better than we were. I know the 44th president. I was the chair of his campaign in my great state of South Carolina. Because I was so young, my task was not one of large scale. In fact, I had to watch Sasha and Malia when we were on trips because I was only 22, 23 years old. Yeah. And so, no, I know him very well, and I know the First Lady very well, and they're awesome. And I'm not sure anybody can ever recapture what they did. I'm not sure that even he was unable to recapture what he did in 2008. But, he set an example for many to follow. And young people of color, even here in Jamaica and around the world, need to understand when they look at Barack Obama that you too can be absolutely anything you want to be.
Yeah. You champion, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say you're championing progressive policies.
Correct.
You're saying, for us, our legacy must be change in areas that are domestic violence, child obesity, education, poverty. Yeah. How important is it, Bakari, for us in this time to see this as our cause, that these are the things that we have to
these are some of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, because I think that people are thirsting for bold, progressive ideals. I think around the world, people are tired of traditional same old, like, trickle down doesn't work. I think we've learned that lesson in the States. I think people are learning that around the world. But even more importantly, you have to utilize these bold ideas to encourage people to become a part of the process. Because when you're not a part of the process, you end up with Donald Trump is president of the United States. And so, you know, you have to make sure that people are engaged, people of all ages. And, you know, when you talk about things like domestic violence, that's very preventable. You know, I have no purpose in life for any man who puts his hand on a woman. Like that is, for me, that is something that I do not, that's a line that you cannot cross and be in my orbit. Childhood obesity leads to so many other preventable diseases, but it's something that we can control. When we talk about crime, whether or not we're talking about crime in inner city Chicago or Jamaica, if we focus on the person at a young age, making sure they have summer youth programs and making sure that they're not hungry when they go to school and that they have opportunity, that they have mentors, then we can not have to worry about incarcerating them on the back end, but we can spend those resources on the front end. And so just ideas, you know, I don't have all the ideas, but ideas usually are what people are looking for.
Yeah. Other thing I teased you about, if you would go the same road as President Obama, but in a serious way now, is that something that you have thought about? So, you
know, for me, you know, most politicians will give you the answer that, you know, you take it one day at a time. But, you know, I want to run for office again. I was in the State House and did that. I ran for lieutenant governor, was unsuccessful at that. And now I have an amazing job, an amazing platform where people around the world get a chance to see you on CNN. And so we're doing great things. I'm beginning the process of writing a book that's going to come out in about a year. And one day, if there's an opportunity, yeah, we'll take the next step and see what happens.
Yeah.
You're the speaker tonight. It's the opening night.
It's a lot of pressure.
Of the PNP's,
I know.
The PNP's annual conference. What can they look forward to?
Well, if it's not going well, I'm just going to break out and start dancing and singing. I just hope that people get energized and feel as if they can go out and change the world too. And I specifically want all the young people to know that they have a home in politics and that we need them to get engaged because if not me, then who? And if not now, then when?
Yeah. First time to Jamaica, welcome.
Thank you.
Hope you have some
I'm going to have a red stripe, and I had Appleton last night, so I'm doing it.
Nice.
Continue to enjoy it, and maybe one day I'll sit in my rocking chair and says,
No. If I run, I'm dragging you across the water to help me.
I says, I know the president. I met the president years ago. Great to meet you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Have some fun, and good luck as you move on.
Thank you. Means a lot. Keep me in your prayers.
CNN political analyst Bakari Sellers.
More on Smile after this.
Soon come.
Yeah.